Okay, so we're going to start with multiplying fractions today. We're going to work with different types of problems, and the nice part is we set this up so you can color a little while you guys do some work and go from there. When we multiply, we see that a whole number can be written as a fraction by putting it over. Try and think what to put it over. You can put it over 1. That is where we get this number 1 from. So what we did was change the 3 into 3 over 1. Now we can multiply this. Multiplying rules is you don't need a common denominator. You can multiply directly across. So that's kind of different than when you're adding and subtracting. So we get 6 over 9, and we know we should always simplify when we can. What number goes into 6 and goes into 9? Good. We're going to divide by 3, and that will give us our final answer of 2/3. So we're going to practice this concept over and over and over again. If you feel like you need to pause the video, you can pause the video whenever you feel like it so that you don't fall behind. Let's try one where we're multiplying fractions, and it's 2 fractions now. So what I'm noticing here is when I look diagonally, I can do this thing called cross cancel, because I notice that these numbers in red have something in common, but in orange, they don't have anything in common. Even if I mix it up, 4 and 5 don't have anything in common, and I can only do one number from the numerator, one number denominator. So I'm going to focus on that 4 and that 8. What number can go into both? Good, 4. So I can cancel this out and make it a 1. I can cancel this out and make it a 2 because what I did is I divided this by 4 and I divided this by 4. So I can rewrite it as 1 over 5 times 2 over 3. And again, I take the same steps of multiplying across and I get 3/10. We did not need to simplify at the end. So here are your notes for the bottom, because if you think about it, this is your answer. Now, what if we didn't cross cancel? What if you actually just tried it like we did before? Go ahead and try it. 4 over 5 times 3 over 8. Multiply directly across. What do you notice? Go ahead and pause the video here before you see the answer. We notice that we'd have to simplify later. So you have the options. Something called cross canceling allows us to see that we can divide numbers, one in the numerator, one in the denominator, just like our notes say here. It is also called as cross simplify. Okay, let's try a couple of examples in different formats of practicing multiplying fractions. So we're going to go on to page 26. So we have a fraction and a whole number. What do we do to the whole number? Put it over 1. Good. And I'm going to rewrite this so it's neater and I don't make any mistakes. And multiply across, multiply across. Ooh, we always want mixed numbers, so this is going to change into 3 3/5. Uh-oh, this one has a negative sign. What did we say about negative signs? Good. Always put them to the top. So I'm going to rewrite this. Negative 5 over 8 times 3 over 4. It's easy if you put it to the top because then you don't have to remember this rule for adding and subtracting. Here's a little secret. The negative sign can be at the top or the bottom for multiplying. But if we stay consistent and we keep putting it at the top, then we don't have to remember that rule for adding and subtracting, so it makes your life a little easier. So you're going to go ahead and finish this page. Don't do the mixed numbers one yet. We're going to do that one together, and then go ahead and pause the video before you check your answers. Here are the answers. Okay, we're going to move on to the mixed numbers problem. That's the last type of problem we're going to practice today because then we've covered all different types. we want to change our mixed numbers into improper fractions. You have to do it here. In addition and subtraction, you have the option where you don't have to, but here you have to. So 4 6/7. Okay, so we do our check mark, multiply and add. That gives us a 34/7, because we did 4 times 7, 28, plus 6. And we're multiplying that to our second mixed number, 1 1/2. 1 times 2 is 2, plus 1 is 3, so I get 3/2. I can cross simplify if I see it. 34 and 2 have something in common, so you can simplify and make this a 17 and this a 2 because you divided by 2. If you don't see that, that's okay. We can multiply directly across. So we get 50, oops, sorry. I'm going to have to do some math. 34 times 3. I get 102/14, but now I see that I can simplify. So I'm going to divide by 2 so that I get 51/7. And again, we have to change to a mixed number because all of our answers should be in mixed number format. And this is your answer. Go ahead and try the problems at the bottom. They're a little trickier. Some of the numbers are larger, and that's okay. I'm going to show you the answers, so if you're not ready for the answers yet, go ahead and pause, and I'll also show you that this mixed number problem, what it would look like if you cross-canceled. So now here are the answers to that page. You are going to use page 27, 28, 29, and 30 to help you practice. If you need more practice, you use pages 31, 32, 33, and 34 to help you, okay? But you are going to work all the way up to page 30. You can pause the video here until you're ready. Here are the answers to page 27. Here are the answers to page 28. Here are the answers to page 29. And here are the answers to page 30. Go ahead and continue to practice if you need more practice.